And we are live. So, hello, Lanre. Do I pronounce your name
Hello.
properly?
Yes, you did, Lanre.
Yeah, I've been attracted to your channel. I see you as a deep thinker.
Yeah,
I love the thematic on your channel.
yeah.
And so I'm so excited to talk to you today.
Hmm.
Let me quickly. I'm just checking here. Or I'm always making sure that we actually live. So I see if there's anybody who's connected. I know there's a few friends that's gonna meet us. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Is it connected?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, yeah. I was just checking my phone to make sure that we actually live, and we are. Okay. So people will join us later. Don't worry. So we're gonna start anyway.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to introduce us. So hello everyone. I'm Jazz. So and welcome back to Tea with Jase. We usually talk about how to travel on the channel because it's a travel channel and the budget, safety plan, etc. But today I want to talk about the whys, because Lanre here is a deep thinker. So I'm joined by the beautiful Lanre that you see here from the channel Lanre World. She is a woman of many talent. She's a singer-songwriter, a film producer, and a deep thinker who documents the complexity of what makes us humans. And she's currently based in London, but like us, she has a wanderlust spirit. I'm calling myself a traveler, guys. That woman travels more than me, and she inspires me so much. And so we're going to dig deep today, guys. Okay. So, talking about creativity, the beauty of aging, and what's left on her bucket list, because the woman travels so much that I'm like, do you still have places you want to go to? So, if you are looking for some inspiration, guys, stay tuned here. It's going to be an amazing conversation. And for your next chapter, you are right here on the right place. So, Lanre, thank you so much for being here. I've been looking
Thanks for
forward to
having me.
talk to you for so long. Can you introduce yourself
Uh,
to our friends here?
Hello, everybody. My name is Lanre, as Jazz has introduced me. I am a singer-songwriter, a film producer. I co-produce a podcast with my friend. What else do I do? I do like body butters and candles, and I've got my
True. Yeah.
hands into everything. I love creating stuff. I used to feel uncomfortable about the fact that I do a lot of stuff, but now I just lean into it because I love to create. This is my personality. I love to create stuff. So those are some of the things I do.
Yeah, I remember watching you because I watched so many of your videos, and I
Yes,
remember that you made. I can't remember if it's a body butter, either for your
it's a
mom
body
or a
butter.
friend,
For my
and
sister.
with your
Yeah,
sister. Yeah, and we're like, wow, what a beautiful gesture. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
take the time to do it. Let me just quickly say hi to our friends here. So we have my friend Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah, that's yourself here, and we have Amy. This is two of my good friends here. So
Hi, Amy.
yeah, so we just gonna start with. I want to ask you something. I know you replied a little bit already about that. I wanted to ask you to describe yourself today, not what you do, but who you are.
So I am a deep thinker. I love to I get very bored with small talks.
Yeah.
I love I love to find the meaning in everything. Even if I'm watching a film, reading a book, there's always something to learn. There's always something to like I can pick out of everything, of any conversation. I'm a deep thinker like that. I love to travel. I love reading. I'm a sister. I've got two siblings who live in Canada.
Yeah, the browser as well, isn't it? You have a browser who
Yes.
graduated.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do watch my videos.
Yes, I do.
I went to surprise and it took me hours to get there. But yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I've got loads of cousins who live in Nigeria. So I was born in Stoke-on-Trent in the middle West Midlands.
Yeah.
And when I was 4 years old, my dad took me back to Nigeria because he was like, I'm going back home. So I went back home with my parents and then lived in Nigeria for 20 years. And if I
Oh,
came
so
back
you know Nigeria. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then came back to the UK.
Yeah.
So I've got loads of cousins, aunties who still live in Nigeria. Yeah, what else? How else can I describe myself? I'm a wife. I am child free by choice.
Yeah.
What else? I
You
don't know.
see,
I'm a first daughter.
even that alone, I'm a child free by choice. And being a Black woman and African, would you say that you're African descent, or do you identify yourself? It's
As
not important, like
I
African.
identify myself, yeah, no, I identify myself as both. I'm African as well as British, just
Yeah,
because that's my history, that's my story.
absolutely.
I'm not, I can't leave one out because
Yeah.
that would be a huge chunk of my story.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's being rich. There's nothing wrong. In contrary, it
Mhm,
makes you
mhm.
richer, right?
Yes,
And
yeah.
for a Black woman, regardless of where you are from, being so bold and comfortable with yourself and saying, I'm unapologetically child free by choice,
Mhm.
that's,
Yeah.
yes, that's being very strong. You know,
It
from
is.
where I come from, you be like, what do you mean? you know?
Right, right, right.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Am I right in saying that you've turned 50?
Yes, so I'll be 51 in November. No, I'm 51 already. I'll be 52 in November. I'm like,
Okay.
what? I
Yeah.
forget what my age is
uh,
all the time.
yeah. So, what shifted for you when you turned 50? Is anything shifted for you?
When I turned 50, so a few months before I turned 50, we lost my mom.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
that is
Yeah.
thank you. That was a pivotal time in my
Yeah.
life. So by the time I turned 50, I would say that I was always my own person, even though that has cost me in like, oh, I'm going to get married when I want to get married. And if I don't want to get married, I'm not going to get married. I don't want to have kids. And that has always been a problem with me and my mom. So we're always butting heads.
Yeah.
And but then I am so much like her because her and her parents were always butting it because she was her own person. But
Yeah.
easier to be your own person. But once you have kids, it's like, what are you doing? You're supposed to. This is not how you're African. You're not supposed to do that. I think a lot of what informs the decisions I've made and the life I live is because I'm a first daughter of African heritage, and what that means, it comes with its own
Lots of
complexity,
yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
And by the time I was old enough to be like, okay, now I want to be partnered, I'm like, I've already mothered other people. I'm not doing that. I want to live my life.
Yeah.
But obviously, my mom didn't understand that you're supposed to live this life this way. But I was like, no, this is what I want to do. And yeah, so I made choices that please me, that I am able to live with, that I am able to look myself in the mirror and be like, is this the choice that you've made for yourself? So I think
Yeah.
that when I turned 50, though, after losing my mom and the way, because she was ill for a while and we had to take care of her, and I traveled to Canada like, multiple times a year, go and be with her, come back, all of that. By the time I was 50, I was like, okay, I think on my 50, for my 50th birthday was the first time I did a solo travel just for myself, not to go and visit somebody or
Yeah.
to. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's my birthday, I'm going to Marrakesh. And I
Yeah.
went and I spent like 5 to 7 days out there.
Yeah.
I can't remember, whatever. So I would say that, yes, I've been making more decisions. It was when I turned 50 that I leaned into, you know what? Because I used to separate. If you meet me when I'm working in the film industry, I'll be like, you wouldn't know that I'm a musician. If you meet me when I'm a musician, I just separated all these my lives because I
Yeah.
didn't know how. It just felt to me like nothing made sense. But I
Yeah.
love all this stuff. But I think when I turned 50, I'm like, I'm going to lean into all of it.
Yeah.
And why do I have to separate it? Why do I have to separate my life and say this is, I'm combining everything and leaning into it. And that's why I started the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's when I started like expressing myself more on camera, even though I'm a musician and I
Yeah.
perform on stage. But having the camera in your face and talking to the camera is a completely different ball game, isn't it?
Yes, yes, YouTube is like a learning curve.
It
And
is.
let me just quickly go to what Tiffany is here is saying is like black don't crack and she's like baby face. When
I
you say
am.
that you're 50, yes, you have a baby face. And
That's
when you
good.
said that, oh sorry, go on.
I said that's good. That's good.
Yeah. When you say that, when you turn 50, you lean into all your gifts, you know.
Yes.
And that's something that I will always say is that 50 is a superpower. Turning
Mm-hmm.
50 is something that is, I don't know, you feel empowered, you feel more, oh my goodness, I don't know how to
I
express
know
it.
what you mean. Yeah, you just
50 gives you the permission to be
yes,
who you really are. Hey
yes.
Kim, that's my other friend here. Hey Kim,
Hi,
so nice to
Kim.
have you here. Um, right,
I
hi
think there's
guys.
something.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
All right. I think there's something. Sorry. I think there's something about turning 50 in
Mm-hmm,
that for most people, well, by the time you turn 50, it might be that you've already lost a parent or you're actually the primary carer for a parent.
mm-hmm.
Or for some people, they've got a marriage or two under their belt. For
Yeah,
some people, so you've gone through a lot of life changes. Maybe by then you're empty nester. If you've got kids, they're leaving the home. And I think you're probably going through perimenopause if you're not fully in menopause.
yeah.
So it's like there's an awakening that happens to you
Mm-hmm,
as a 50-year-old. And then if you allow that awakening to happen, to take its course, you alchemize it into something beautiful.
yeah,
Or you become this regretful, bitter woman who's just always looking down on the younger ladies. So it
yeah.
depends on what choice you make for your life. So something happens, but it's a choice that you make with what happens in your life.
Absolutely. So, do you think that midlife is something that is misunderstood? We call the midlife crisis. I don't know who said it. It's not a midlife crisis, you know. It's actually an awakening.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you think it's misunderstood? Some people feel at 50, this is it, you know.
I think it's a for us to think that it's a midlife crisis. It's a socialization. We've been socialized to believe that because we live in a cap. It all comes back to capitalism. It
Yeah.
all comes back to greed. It all comes back to people trying to get so much from us. We working so hard for this little money paper, for this paper that we decided
That paper. Thank you.
that paper that we've decided that we have decided that yeah, this is of value because we have to collaborate with the
Mm-hmm.
system
Yeah.
for it to say that it is of value. So we've collaborated with the system and said this is of value and this is important. And if your life is tied to that, if your life is tied to work, okay, in the UK now, I think retirement age is 68, but before it used to be 50
They-
something. So
They're gonna push it to 70. I
so
don't
you
think you
see,
and I will never. Not, I'm not
they're
into
going to
that.
be
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah,
they're going to be working in
yeah,
our like in people will be working in their retirement homes, you know,
yeah,
if this system allows it. So if you bought into that system of that you work and then at some point you work so hard and then when you're supposed to be when you have no energy left, you've spent your energy on capitalism, when you have no energy left is when you start to live. Of course it's a crisis.
yeah,
Because where's the
absolutely.
energy? Of course, it is a crisis. So it's all socialization.
Okay. Let me say hi to my good friend Mary here. Meditation motivation with Mary. I do meditation with her every
Mary.
morning. She's amazing. And hey guys, thank you for all of us for being here with Lanre and I. We're going very deep into the conversation today. Okay. And there's something that I loved when I find Lanre's uh, channel is that there's something very intentional about how you live your life. Because if I just see the what you choose to share on YouTube, you're not chasing the views, you're not chasing what do you say, that popularity?
Popularity, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's granted, guys. When I look at your channel, it's like, I don't know. I feel good, right? I feel
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
need to think deeper about my life. You always have those beautiful conversations. So the next part that I want to address is something about part one is human experience and the third act, because we are in that third act apparently.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's like on your channel you describe that you share that the complexity of what makes us
Human.
human, as we both navigating 50, because I'm 50, how much, 52. Yes. You forget after
Why do
50,
we forget?
I
It's
know. It's
like
like after 50, you're like,
when you
how
ask
old
me
am
about
I?
almost 51. No, no, no. I'm 51. Yes. You've done 50th now. You're 51. Okay.
Yes, I'm 52. So do you feel those complexity are getting easier to understand, or are they just changing? Do you think that I don't know. I feel like life is less complex these days for me,
Yeah.
less than when I was 30, 40. You know,
Mm.
I can let go more easily of things. I don't force things nowadays. Do you think it's age? Do you see? I don't know what I'm asking you
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Age, yes, but it's what you do with the aging, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not about aging. The numbers can be climbing, but you might, if you don't do anything with that number and with the aging and with the wisdom that you have and with the knowledge that you're acquiring, it's going to remain complex for you, right? So
Hmm.
the reason why I think that for people who have decided, who've realized that things are easier, is because they've decided in themselves that from henceforth, I'm 50 now, henceforth, no, I'm just going to let life flow. I'm going to take things easy, whether you made a decision or whether life made that decision for
For
you.
you.
But I feel
Hmm.
like as humans, though, we are complex beings. So sometimes we look at people and they're like, oh, they've done this, and you write people off and be like, that's an evil person, or that's a good person, or that's
Hmm.
the reason why we are the way we are is because of all the stories that we've told
Yeah.
ourselves. Everything that makes us human
Yeah.
is the reason why we make the decisions that we make. Like the reason why you've had children, the reason why I haven't had children, the reason why you're married or somebody else isn't married,
Hmm.
the reason why we are the way we are is what makes us interesting humans. It's what makes it complex. Doesn't mean difficult. It's just multifaceted human,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what do you think most people avoid confronting about themselves?
I think we're all afraid of dying.
Yeah. You know that I came to peace with that? That is strange. I'm not afraid to die for me. I'm
Mhm.
afraid of what would come of my kids when I'm not
Right.
here anymore. Although they're
Mhm.
27 and 23, right? But they're still
Mhm.
young. I've lost my mom. I was 35, but that hit me so hard.
So hard, yeah.
So my kids are younger than that. It's
Mhm.
not, I don't know, I'm at peace. I've seen so many, because when you are our age, you've lost so many people already. You
Mhm.
know, like you lost your mama, lost my mom, my dad, sister, brothers, uncles, many people. I don't know. I
Mhm.
came to peace with this, but I'm still scared for my children. It's like what would come to them.
Right. I see what
Yeah,
you mean. I think most people, their fears is probably rooted more in the people that they're leaving behind than themselves.
yeah,
Or because I experiencing, because my dad died 15, 16 years ago, and that was a different experience because he died in Nigeria. So I wasn't there, and I'm so very close with my dad. So that hit me differently. But then the death of your mom just hits you in a different way. It's just a different, even though I was way closer with my dad than with my mom. I think that
yeah.
mother-daughter bond
Oh my
that can
goodness.
be complex as well as beautiful, as well as complicated, as well as amazing. All of the complexities of that relationship makes that the dying of your mom more, I feel, more difficult.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
It
yeah.
just hits you like it's like nothing I've ever experienced in my life.
I know.
Yeah, and I think the we all, once you've seen that, because I feel like with my mom's death, she went through different mindset in that she wouldn't accept it at first. So she
Hmm.
was diagnosed with cancer. She wouldn't accept it. And she was praying and we're like, okay, whatever you want. If you want to go through treatment, we'll support you. If you want, whatever you want to do, we're here to support you. And for a long time, she really fought. And even though they gave her months, she was here for years, you know. But then when it came to the very end, in like a week to when she was going to pass, I think she just decided one day, she's like, okay, I've had enough. Because all the prodding and all the treatments and up and down and all of that. And that 7 day showed me something, or maybe a month to her dying showed me that actually it's like the most divine, amazing experience.
Mm.
Even though I've never experienced death before, it's nothing to fear, right? It is nothing to fear. Most of the time, people fear it because my mom, she couldn't accept it because she was just worried about her kids, her grandkids, children.
Usually, yeah,
Even even the
yeah,
final weeks, that was all she was just praying for. And at some point towards the end, we were just like, it's okay, we're fine, we're going to be okay. And even before then, she would come me and my sister, okay, make sure you take care of that person, make sure you do this, make sure. That was the worry. But as soon as she let go of that, she was like, okay, acceptance. This is like,
yeah.
I call it the sweet surrender. It was acceptance and she was ready to go. So I think for most of us, coming back to aging, why we find it difficult is that it's like we're staring at our mortality, and we are looking at the list of our that we've created for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't done that, I don't have money in the bank, I don't have this, I don't know, I haven't built a house, I haven't traveled here, I haven't done this trip. And so we're like, okay, tick, tick, tock, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
Yeah,
And that, even though we might not have the language to express what it is that we fear, but I
yeah.
think one of those things is our mortality, maybe. I
Okay,
think so.
amazing. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I have a similar story as you. Oh, there's an echo coming up somewhere, guys. I don't know if you hear it. Um, so I had the same story with my mom, who also was diagnosed with cancer. They gave her 3 months, but she lasted 1 year. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember even the last time I spoke to her, and she was just worrying about me. Make sure that you do this. Make sure that was the last word to me. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you have a son. Make sure that you do the traditional wedding. Because she was like, because she was so worried for me, because as I'm married with an African guy, that they
If you
need
don't
that
have a
in their
son,
country.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't have that, and to be honest, whatever she said became true. True.
Mm-hmm.
I understood why she was so worried, and that was the last word that she was telling me. And so we often talk about like reinventing ourselves, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Every year is like reinvent yourself. For do you think that we really reinvent ourselves, or we uncover who we've been always?
We've always been. I think it's
We've always
both.
been, yeah.
So we reinvent ourselves, we uncover who
Can you?
we've been.
Mm-hmm,
I think it's both. Don't you think? Like we reinvent ourselves is like you think you're at the start. I think it's a reinvention, and then once you're in the middle of it and you're already living it, you're like, this is always who I've always been. In my
mm-hmm.
subconscious, I just didn't know who that person was. It's like your spirit knows it, your soul knows it, but it takes a while for it to catch up with your body. So your body is reinventing and like, oh yeah, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to, you've got all these business words for how to reinvent yourself or pivot and do this, but your
Yeah.
soul already knows who you are. There's some
I
people
love
who
that.
believe there's some people who believe that before we came into this existence, we knew who we were, but then as soon as you enter into this world, you forget.
Mm-hmm.
And your job of remembering is what you do from age 1 to however number of summers God gives you. 80 summers, 90 summers, 60, some people less. That's you're trying to remember. We're all trying to remember who we really are.
I love
So
that.
if that is the case, you've always been that. You've
Mm,
always been who you are. You're just trying to remember. So it's not about reinventing. I don't think it's not about pivoting into, trying to reinvent this person that never was before. You've always been this. It's just your body and your brain is now catching up with who you really are.
love that. Mary says, I love deep conversation. This is amazing. Guys, I told you. Stay tuned. We're only starting. Okay, Lanre. So
Yeah.
in this world where women, that tells women that, to fade into the background as they age, right?
Right.
You, when I see you and through what you share on your social platform, is that you seem to be stepping into the light today, making films, music, content. Where do you take that drive from?
I try to look at women. There are lots of women around me who are doing things that maybe people tell them once you hit a certain age, you're supposed to like cower and be demure and be this person because we don't want to there are two things to it. It's like once you hit the age of 48 or something, I just did a video and I think it came out this morning on my channel. I scheduled it for this morning. Once you hit the age of 48, it's like you start to disappear. The system starts to not notice you as you used to be noticed, especially if the way you look has always been your calling card. Once you start to age, you start to disappear, right? And then but then you decide in yourself that actually, no, I am going to now be more bold about how I live. So I look at women who inspire me. Like there's this lady called Karen Author who does this thing called Where You're Happy. And her thing is about shopping in your closet to look for things that make you happy. So when you take out a t-shirt, when you take out a scarf, when you take out a bag, when you wear a shoe, what is it about that item that you're taking out and you're wearing today that makes you happy? That's the reason why you should buy stuff. If you're going to buy anything at all, it should make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, what is the point? Seriously. If it doesn't bring you joy, what is the point? Because if you've always lived your life to impress everyone else, when you get to a certain age, you're like, I really don't care. Actually, I love to wear yellow. Even on a winter day, I'm going to go and get a yellow raincoat, and this is what I'm going to wear. I really do not care what anyone says, right? So I feel like when you get to a certain age, you're just you it's like you throw caution to the wind. But then if we look around us, there are always women who are always doing this, even in their own subtle way. Maybe there's an auntie somewhere, maybe your mother, maybe there's a woman, a neighbor somewhere. Look at those aunties that they always say, watch out, stay away from that auntie. Those are the women you need to learn from. The women they tell you to stay away from, because they've been the one trailblazing in their families and making a difference and just living their own lives. But they're all around us.
Yeah, I have my daughter. She will
Right.
wear the color of the rainbow to go to an interview, or she.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I leaned into it. At first, I was like, "Are you going that to the interview or the first? They're gonna judge."
Right.
She's like, she doesn't care. She's like, yellow, red, whatever. She goes to work, you know.
Right. That's
So
good.
yeah. Oh, I love
And
that. So
it's good that she's discovered that at a very young age. Can you imagine when she's
exactly.
now 50?
I
She's
know.
gonna be like, yeah,
She
amazing. That is
she
incredible.
I know she already has so much wisdom. Like I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, I wish I knew what you know now, when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger.
Your age. Yeah.
Um, the friend are loving the conversation here. Tiffany says the soul's knows, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
applauds. And let me quickly go to say hi to my friend Zed, Chef Zed. She's a amazing chef. She lives
Hi, Zed.
in how is my brain gone? Accra. Where's Accra?
Ghana.
Ghana. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? My brain is gone.
Ghana,
Um,
West Africa.
yeah, I've been there and I love, love, love Ghana. So Mary said body and brain not sync.
Synced.
We are rediscovering ourselves. At 49, I'm still trying to figure me out through external conditioning, but I am enjoying the process.
Well done.
Okay. And the next one she says, we would want to say the conditioning makes us into who we are not. It's like peeling back an onion to find yourself. Love that, you know,
Analogy. Yeah.
analogy. I love, love, love that. Mary is another deep thinker here. So she's loving the
Good.
conversation. All right. So you live in London, you're based in London, which is
Yes.
such a fast pace and intensity. Listen, I've lived there for 3 months. I was depressed. I was crying. I ran away. I run away. I got lost in the metro and I was trying to ask for people and nobody will answer and they would just be going.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I was so sad. I ran away from London. I can't
Mhm.
do fast-paced city. How does living there shape your view on the world compared to when you are traveling, going places?
Yeah.
Don't know if
I
it
love
makes sense.
living. Yeah, it does. I love living in London. Maybe because when we left the UK and we went back to Nigeria, we lived in Ibadan, which is like the suburbs. It's like an hour away from Lagos. So
Mhm.
Ibadan is also a big city, but we lived in a very, very quiet area. And when I
Mhm.
was young, I didn't like that. There was just something about my personality that I didn't like living in a villagey place.
Mm.
I just wanted out. Because every child is different, right? Because my siblings, they live in quiet areas now with their family, but I've just always loved the buzz of a city.
Yeah.
Even with my travels, I love going to cities as opposed to I would go to a city before I go to like see at a beach and just be watching the waters, which is great. I'll probably do
Yeah.
that for 3 days. After 3 days, I'm like, okay, where are the people? I need the energy of the people. So I love living in London. I love it. I love it. I
Do you
even
think it's an artist thing? Is
maybe
creative?
it is because I used to when I wrote my first album. It was like 11 songs. Most of those songs I wrote when I was riding on the tube. There's
Oh
just something
wow.
about in the tube, in that
Wow.
thing, and with me,
Wow.
I just like in my own world and I'm writing. I don't have to talk to people. It's the energy of the people.
That
It's everything
energy.
is
Oh,
energy. It's just humans we're emitting, and whether we're aware of it or not. So it's
mm,
just sitting down and just watching people. I just love it.
love that. That's okay, Chef Zed. Love you, girl. So we're gonna move to part two: the artist, the musician, the filmmaker, the creative. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
because you are multifaceted person. So when did music first become part of your identity, or just being somebody creative? Did you feel that when you were younger, or was it a point where you like, you're different? You
I've always felt music has always been being Nigerian, I'm a Yoruba woman. Music has always been a part of our lives. Even when
do
I
you
was,
think
I
it
remember.
stems from that being a Nigerian because you
Oh yeah, yeah,
stated
yeah, yeah,
being a Yoruba Nigerian?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because even when I sing, so my main instrument, I play the guitar and I use my
Yes.
voice.
Yeah.
And when I sing, actually sing in Yoruba as well.
Yeah.
So my language features prominently in the music that I make. I've always been. I remember the first performance. I was probably primary four, maybe 9 years old, 9 years old was my first school performance. I still remember the song. I remember rehearsing it. I remember I was singing, "Don't do that to the poor pussycat. No, 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 no. You may be a pussycat yourself one day. You may be a pussycat yourself one day. You better don't do that to the poor pussycat. No, 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 no." I still remember. And my teacher
Yeah.
was like, I didn't realize the teacher had said, "Stop" to everyone. I was still, "You may be a pussycat yourself." And she came home, she's like, "You've got a beautiful." This is the importance of teachers, right? Or
Mhm.
positive influences in your life. Because she came around to me and she said, "You've got a really beautiful voice. I'm looking forward to hearing your voice in some years because we sang on the radio." She's like, "I'm going to hear your voice one day on the." I didn't even understand what she was
Wow.
saying.
That's
Okay.
like, how do you say that? Oh my goodness, this is very strong. Words have so much
Power.
like
Yeah.
power. And when
Mhm.
like teachers have such an impact on kids, and what the
Yes.
teacher says usually will, you know,
Yeah.
empower. Or okay, I love that.
Yeah, so I've always loved music, and so from that I sang in choirs, even when because my parents went from my grandfather's church. Then we had our own church. We used to go to our own church. I was part of a choir. Then when I came back to England, I was part of another choir of a local church. Then from that local church, I was part of a band. So with the band we had like we wrote our own songs. We had producers in. That's where I met my husband, who's also a musician.
Mm.
And then my dad died, and I think there's something about losing a parent that just turns your whatever faith you have turns it upside down, inside out.
Hmm.
Then I started to then learn to play the guitar, and then started learning to play the guitar. I started going back into my roots and my Yoruba language and the things my grandfather used to say to me and my grandmother and my dad. Started writing music around that. So I wrote an album, did a couple of EPs, traveled, did a few tours with that, and then COVID hit, and things
Yeah,
changed. And
yeah.
music venues started closing down. And I started thinking, okay, I'm a creative person. I need to think outside the box of just performance in front of a stage. While that is important, you probably won't do that for the rest of your life. What else can you do? So I
Yeah.
said, okay, maybe learn music production, how to electronic music. Maybe you could do music for film. Maybe you could do music for TV. So even when I do my YouTube stuff, I put music in it. It's music that I do myself instead of getting music.
Oh, so that music that's in almost all your videos,
Yeah, yeah,
is it?
yeah, yeah. So,
It's your
yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just go on and do the
Wow.
music. Yeah, 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 and play the guitar a bit. And I'm a musician. Just do it and put music together and do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. And
I bring
guys,
it into myself.
yeah, guys, I don't know if you remember last year I went to a show called 5460. And you were one of the writer of the
Yes, I wrote music for that. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
music for that. And actually it's when I saw that on your channel that I booked the ticket and I went to that show. And that
yeah,
was an amazing time for me. I did love
yeah,
the show. I love the production, and it was just an amazing moment. And
yeah,
I've got inspired a lot from your channel because you do so much.
yeah.
We'll
Yes.
come back to that, but I want to ask you if there's a song that you've written that feels perfectly, that capture perfectly who you currently are, your philosophy in on life, or
I've
your
got a
current state of mind.
few. I've got a few, but maybe the song called "My Bagbe" because just because it was so it came easily to me because I was thinking about what my grandfather used to say to us. Like when you're going, I think every culture has its own version of that saying.
Okay.
When we go say hello to my grandfather, we're going home. Every time he'll say "My Bagbe many to show,"
Mm-hmm.
which means don't forget who you are. May your
Oh,
going be good, may your coming be good, but don't forget, he says it all the time. Don't forget who you are. But your going be good, may your coming be good. And I wrote that into music. And for me, it's about you understanding, which goes back to what we were saying before. We've always known who we are, right? We're just trying to
mm,
remember. So
mm.
it just reminds me of my grandfather. Don't forget who you are. You have a safe trip, but don't forget who you are. So even as you're going and mixing with people and having a good time, who you are is important in all
Don't
of this. Don't
forget your
forget that.
roots.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Is that music available on your YouTube, or where can we listen to your music?
It's on Spotify. I'm going to put a link in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. You can put it in the main chat so our friend can check. Oh, hey Ford. Hi. Hey friend, it's been a while. I missed you. So happy to have you here. So now about your, because at the moment you're co-producing a podcast, right? Um,
Yes, I am.
what is the conversation or the topic you've covered recently that really stuck with you? Or even if you want to share about the podcast.
Um, can you still hear me?
Oh, yes, very well.
Okay.
Oh, people
Okay.
are asking for the link of that music, if you can share.
I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it the one you shared in the private chat? I can maybe copy? No. Is it
no,
the
no, I found it. So that's
okay?
the podcast thing. Yeah, I've just shared it.
Okay, perfect. Did you share that in the comment?
Yes, I think I
It
did
may
share
takes a
your.
while. Maybe there's a while for it to come. There's sometime a delay. So happy to
Oh, I
share
think
live.
maybe it's saying it's impossible to share with.
Share on in the private and I'll share it.
Okay, I'll share it in the private.
Yeah, and then I'll share it. I'm happy that you catch us live. So okay, let me take that. Isma Lanre. So if they type that and they'll be able to find your.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I've typed here the name of the song and Lanre's name, which is Lanre. And if you type it on Google, you should find it. Okay.
Yeah, or on if you're on Spotify, you'll find it on Spotify. Is there?
Yeah. So, Effort say thank you for sharing your music with us.
Is that the pussycat music or the?
Have you always known who you are, or did you have to discover it? Amazing question. Great question. Did you
Have
have
I
to?
always known?
Mhm.
I think it's both. I'm discovering it. I'm still learning, and then because I'm always asking questions. Why am I here? What is it I'm supposed to be doing here? Why am I here? Why is this happening to me? Like, I'm a deep thinker. So everything about,
Yeah.
okay, what is the lesson? What is it? So I'm always asking questions. And if you ask, you receive. That's just the law of
Oh.
life. So
Mm.
how I'm discovering is asking, by always asking, why am I here? What is it? What am I supposed to do with this? What is it?
Yeah.
What is the bigger question? So yeah, I'm still discovering, always discovering, always
Oh,
surprising myself.
yeah. That brings a question that I didn't have yet, but it's like, do you know your purpose? Do you think we have one purpose in this life when we come that we need to achieve, or we have many purposes? I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah, I think it's a word. um, do we have many purposes, or do we have one purpose?
Have you
I think
discovered
there's
yours? Do
I
you
think
know
that
what it is?
overriding purpose in that we're here on earth, I think, to really, okay, some people believe that we made a decision to come into this existence
Mm-hmm.
at some point because we wanted to discover, to experience what it means to be human, to
Uh-huh.
experience life as a human being. So I think that the bigger picture is that we're here to discover what it means to be a human being. We're here to enjoy this life. There is pleasure to be enjoyed. There's life to be had. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we're here. That's the bigger umbrella. But the part that we play in that role, like maybe you're meant to be a musician, maybe you're meant to be a teacher, maybe you're meant to be a farmer, maybe you're meant to travel the world, be an explorer, maybe you're meant to be a pilot, is the things that we discovered is like the purpose. And it might be several things, but the bigger picture is that you're here to be human. That's it. You are here
Okay.
to have a human experience.
Yeah. I've already, even right now, that question is just coming to me. Now I'm going left
Mhm.
and right. I'm not following my whatever
It's
question
fine.
I had now. I always felt that a purpose is something that is meaningful if it's the purpose is not supposed to serve us, but to serve others. It's
Mhm.
something that impact others. It could be through music, so through
Mhm.
art, through YouTube channel, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. That what it means for me to have a purpose is something that
Mhm.
has meaning
To
in
serve other
touching
people.
other people's lives.
Yes, like you may be a chef, like chef. Is it
Yeah,
chef?
Chef Zed, exactly.
Zed,
Yeah,
Zed. Yes, Chef
yeah,
Zed. Maybe a
yeah.
chef cooking for people. I think that's part of it as well. Because if you'll be a miserable person if all your existence is just about you,
Okay,
right?
okay.
You just be a miserable person because it's just about you, serving you. And I think that's why we're in the nonsense that we're in as a human race.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, if you're paying attention, you know that it's like the world is upside down and inside out, and it's because of certain selfish people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just never enough, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like the money is never enough. Now it's AI. We need to take over people's jobs. We need more. There's more. But if everyone is serving to help others, to serve a purpose outside of ourselves, we become better humans for that. The
Yeah.
world becomes a better place for that. So I think that, yeah, our purpose, like I said, the bigger picture is to come and understand what it means to be human, what to experience being human in this existence, but
Mm-hmm.
also the other things, other purposes, which I said maybe within understanding what it means to be human might be maybe you're a police officer, maybe you're a nurse, but
Mm-hmm.
all of that you're serving other people, right? You're
Mm.
helping other people. Maybe you're, I don't know. I feel like people who do like end of life care, they're like the angels.
Oh my goodness, yes.
They
Yeah.
are angels here on earth, like
Mm-hmm.
literal angels. If you've ever experienced somebody going through, you know, active dying and people taking care of them, washing them, bathing them, feeding them, talking to them, making them comfortable, it's like, oh my God. Like, can you imagine doing a work like that? And there's
Yeah.
so many other jobs, people who help other people who are less able to help themselves. That's
Mm.
by you serving other people. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Caregivers. Yeah.
that is also equally as important as somebody who cooks for people, because if we don't eat, we'll die, no?
Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
So
Yeah. Mary says, Lanre, you are fascinating.
Oh, thank you.
So earlier I was asking you about a topic that you've covered recently that really stuck with you in your podcast, because we just shared your podcast in
Oh,
the yes. Is there like a topic that really because on your
you mean
podcast
the
you're talking about what your podcast about?
so I produce a podcast with my friend called Bisi Alimi. He's the host. I'm the co-producer, and it's called How I Met My. And we tell stories of how queer couples meet,
Mhm.
specifically people who live on the continent. Because if you don't know, people are criminalized for having a same-sex relationship on most of the
African country.
countries, African, yeah, most of the
Yes.
African countries in within the continent of Africa. So for Nigeria, for instance, you are subject to, if you are suspected, there's a way it's worded. So it's not a, you're not criminalized for loving a same-sex person, but you're criminalized if you are caught being in a same-sex relationship, or if you're criminal, no, you're criminalized if you marry. Like marriage is against the law, basically. So people find a way to live outside of color, outside of the lines. So we started a production company telling stories of people, queer African stories within the continent and in the diaspora. But this podcast is quite new. The episode 2 came out yesterday, and we're just sharing stories of couples, queer couples, how they met. And I think it's, even though I'm not a queer person myself, I feel like there's a role that we have to play as maybe straight, heterosexual people to help, especially if you're of African descent, to help tell other people's stories. Because, yeah, everybody has a right to love whoever they want to love,
Yeah.
as long as it's a consensual.
Yeah, and that's really courageous to do a podcast like that. And also,
Mhm.
you told me that in Nigeria, he did receive nomination. No, it
Yeah,
was
so the film that we,
the
yeah, so
film
we
that
had
you
a
did.
film, yeah, Shall We Meet Tonight? That
Yeah,
we had 10 nominations and we won 3 of the awards, and it's the first of its kind on the continent.
yeah,
So even though people are criminalized and people are finding it difficult to like live their lives, we're still, I feel like art is very important. Creativity is very important. This is why if your way of creating art is have a YouTube channel, if your way of creating art is taking pictures, especially if you're an older woman, don't the society expects that you cower and like hide the older you become. Actually, you should do the opposite. You should come out more, speak more. We need more voices. We need more people talking. We need more people expressing themselves. And it's like you said, it's difficult because you get penalized for opting out of the system. You get punished for opting out of the system. People might be like, "Oh, you're too. You shouldn't be talking like that. You're too old to be saying that. Just be quiet and stay at home." And no, actually, no. My voice is going to be louder. Uh,
wow,
yeah. So
love that. Let me read the comment of our friends. So Mary said, "That's beautiful." Tiffany said earlier, service to self and others. I love that. Yes, service to self as well and others.
mhm.
Earlier, when we were talking about being in service to others as our purpose.
Yeah.
Love that, what you just shared. And Chef Z said, yes, I always believe in our purpose in life is the why behind what you do. It's not just about money or fame, but it's about the impact.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Chef Z. And that's our legacy. The impact, how we impact people and what we leave behind, I think is more important than whatever house and how much we leave in our bank account. Right. I don't know if when we remember about our parents or people that left, it's not, oh, they were rich and they had a car or you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So coming to travel, right? Because you
Yes,
travel a lot. This lady travel a lot. She's a traveler.
I
She
do.
traveled more than me. Oh my God. I'm like, you gone again? Where did you go again? I'm like, okay, she's again. Where is she? She was here last year, last week. So I always follow your travel. I don't comment all the time, but I always follow
Mhm.
wherever you're going. And you do a lot also within the country, which I love. So do you travel to escape or to understand more yourself? Or, it's just there's no real reason. It's just a need to travel for what is
I
it? What
travel
is it?
more for okay, so it's both. So I travel more for family because, like I said, my siblings, they live outside of the UK. They live in Canada, so I try to see everyone at least once a year.
Mm-hmm.
But then when there's an opportunity to travel, I'm like, yeah, let's go. So for instance, I did had that day trip to Milan with my friend.
With your friend. I love that. There were
Yeah.
so many of you.
Yes. So she's part of a travel company and they had some spare tickets and she was like,
Yeah.
oh, do you fancy spending the day in Milan? I'm like, yes, sign me up. And it was so good. And I'd never been to Milan. I've been to Rome,
Yeah.
but never to Milan.
Yeah.
So we had the day, but we had to pack a lot into that day because we left in the morning and we came back at night. And it was like,
Yeah. I've
okay,
seen
we need to
it.
do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to eat. We need to, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
Mary say, wow, using your platform to help others. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And that's part of the purpose that we were talking about. It's not always about you only. It's helping
Mhm.
externally to help other people that may not have a voice.
Yeah.
So yeah, love
Mhm.
that. Okay. Is
Yeah.
there
So
a
travel.
oh go on.
So is it escape? I travel for family. I go and visit my family, my sisters, my nephews and nieces. I travel for pleasure. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's my birthday. I want to go
Yeah,
somewhere different. Or
yeah.
a friend might invite me and be like, oh, let's go. If it makes sense, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm up for doing that. Or I might go and surprise my brother for his graduation and plan
Yeah, I've
something silly.
seen that. Yeah, he opens the door and he's like, what are you
What
doing
is
here?
going on?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But you do a lot even within the UK. You do like
yeah.
small trips and just going to enjoy your backyard. When a lot
Yes.
of us try to go, talking to myself, going far, far, far away land and not checking and just loving where we are. I see a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
intention in you going to different places.
Yeah, I feel like if you, especially if you live in a big city, if you live in like Lagos, live in London, Paris, the big cities, you know,
Yeah.
Toronto, New York, I feel like there's so much to explore in your big city. Even if you don't live in a big city,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to explore through either food, you could
Hmm.
explore through film, you could
Yeah.
explore through
Yes.
theater,
Yeah.
you could explore because even when like was it last year, the year before, I think it was it. I went to visit my sister, but I was like, oh, let's spend the day in Toronto, and then we took my nephews and my nieces to go see Lion King, and I've seen Lion King before in London, but I was like,
Hmm.
okay, let's go and see Lion King in Toronto. In a different cast, a different city, and see if it's the same. So you could like explore and see your city. And I know that travel is a privilege, it can be expensive, but there are ways where there are apps that you can sign up for where you get theater tickets for like £10, but you just
Yeah.
need to sign up for it and know when it's out.
Yeah.
So there are ways, like I saw your video where you took yourself on a date for Valentine's Day for £10.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I was watching, I was like, how is she going to do this? How is she going to do this? £10, ten
Yeah.
British pounds
Yeah.
for the but you did it, right?
Yeah, I did
You did
it.
it.
Yeah.
And you had a good time.
Exactly. You just have to be creative. There's a
You have
lot
to be
of
creative.
ways.
There's
Yeah.
so much to do with
Yeah.
very little. And we
Yeah.
say very little because some people are finding it hard and difficult to get even the littlest that we call
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
But there is a way, and like we were saying before we came on, if you can't, if you come to a part you can't travel, you can't do anything, go to your local library and get a novel and travel through somebody's story and go
Yes.
use your imagination and
Yeah.
travel. That's nobody can take from you, right?
Absolutely. And yes, we were saying also you can travel through home. I haven't shared that bit. I was out with my daughter and we went to South Korea, I mean a Korean supermarket. When you go
Mm-hmm.
inside, there's a lot of Korean food. You feel like you're in Korea. Then
Mm-hmm.
opposite the Korean, there was a Korean restaurant. So it
Yeah.
was almost like, okay, I'm traveling, Sometimes you can travel right where you are.
You
You
are,
have to
yeah.
be more curious. You have to open your eyes. Since I've been doing the dating things, dating myself
Hmm.
once a month, I discover things like, it's not that I discover, I don't see. Most of the time I go out and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah, in a
looking around.
rush. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
time around, I'm looking and I'm opening my eyes, and my goodness, I have that 2 minutes from me, that, but I don't pay attention to that because
Mm-hmm.
I think we romanticize. Sometimes we romanticize a lot far away, travel,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't pay attention to what's on our doorstep.
On that
So
doorstep. Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
just quickly going to my friends here. So absolutely, there is a lot to explore outside your home. Yes, and you live in an amazing place. Accra is so beautiful. My goodness, I was there before. Okay, so travel as a mirror. That's where we are. I just forgot to put that up. So let me just go for the next one. We almost there, guys. Hold on. We just have a few more here. So I want to talk about bucket list. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so because a lot of women have that list, it's a
Mm-hmm.
wishful thinking, like because it stays on the list and it never goes anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of experiences matters most more to you today? Adventure, stillness, culture, people, or everything? What's on your bucket list?
I think it's everything. And just you write it down, make it plain. And just because you haven't found a time to do the things on your bucket list doesn't mean it will not happen for you. Write it down, and it doesn't have to be linear. Say you have 1 to 50. You can maybe start at 50 and then go back to 1 and come back to 15 and
Absolutely.
come back to 2 and go back to 7 and 22. And just find ways to really, like, it's about living life though. It's not even about the list. It's about the list is only helping you to live life. So for me, if there's anything I'd like to do, it'll be maybe to um travel more, do more African countries. I would love to do that. Especially after saying that my friend who wrote, he traveled to all 54 African countries before the age of 60. So he did 54, 60, and he's traveled all onto all the countries. I would like to do that more. I'd like to explore more, like the city I live in, or even if I go to a city where I'm visiting a sibling, to explore the city more and see more, you know, also being open more and talking, because sometimes I love to get is the Londoner in me, just to keep to myself and be like, be insular and have a think and be a thinker. Sometimes you just need to be outside of yourself and talk to the next person sitting next to you. Like when
Yeah.
I went to Milan, the guy I sat to next on the plane was traveling with a violin, like a very rare violin to be tuned. But especially, I did not know, as a I'm a musician, I didn't know that there are special people to tune certain instruments. And there are violins that are like hundreds of years old that are in museums. These violins worth millions. They're insured, and you can't just take them anywhere. So he had to get a seat for his violin. So we got talking because I traveled with my
A seat
guitar.
in the plane.
Yes. So I've traveled before but I
Yeah.
understand, because there was
Yeah.
a time I went to Sweden to play music, and they were like, "Oh, you have to put your guitar on," and it was BA. You have to put your guitar in with the, what do you call it, with the carriage, and I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that." So the people who invited me had to buy an extra seat, so I had to strap my guitar to the seat, and I sat on them. So they got me 2 seats. So I was
That's
telling him that,
interesting.
"Oh yeah, I traveled to Sweden," and I was like, "What instrument?" I thought it was a cello or something, and it was like, "It's violin." Then we got talking. Then he was telling me about this village and this person, and I'm like, "Wow!" As in, the flight went by so quickly. We talked from start to finish, just talking
Wow.
about instruments and who tunes it and how all this and how much million, what is the most expensive instrument, and have you ever touched it? There's so much, people are carrying so much interesting stories. If you don't talk to them, you won't unlock those stories. And that helps your imagination as well. You're like, wow, something I
Yeah.
did not know before, right?
Absolutely. My friend here say, I agree. I am trying to explore more California. I'm a New Yorker. Amazing. Go for it. The US is such a
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful country. You have, oh my goodness.
yes.
Yes. So yeah, definitely. Guys, we're almost there. Hold on a little bit longer. Okay. Um, quickly. without
Yeah.
thinking too much, Mrs. Deep Thinker, right?
Yes.
Is there one place, okay, one place that you absolutely must do or must go to? One, one, two,
One
three.
place that I
That's
must go
it.
to.
You're thinking too much already.
Bali.
Bali, yeah. What? I was supposed to be there
Even
in
though
March.
I'm not
Oh my God.
even though I'm a city person, but I've seen
Yeah.
so many pictures. I'm like, yeah, I need to go there. And then I need to go to Tanzania. I want to go to
Oh my
Tanzania again.
goodness. Don't start me with Tanzania. As soon as somebody says Tanzania, I'm like, ooh, we have to talk. Because I want to travel to all 54 countries. That's why
You-
I was so attracted to that. I've done
the
17
show.
countries in Africa.
Well
And
done.
yeah, so I need to go to more of them. And Zanzibar, anyone, everybody go there. It's an amazing
Go
place.
to Zanzibar. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God. Mary say it is weird. I don't have a bucket list. You coming on the channel to talk about not having a bucket list. I have spent so much of life surviving that I feel like the simple things have become of such of an
So
importance.
empire buttons. That's good. But
Wow.
that because this your bucket
Wow.
list doesn't have to be huge things. Your bucket list might be take yourself
Anything.
on a date. It could be
Yes.
anything.
Yes. Doing your hair, you know,
Right.
to the whatever. Maybe you
Go to
never
the
been to a
cinema
hair
by yourself.
salon. Exactly. Exactly. It's the little things. True.
Take yourself out to coffee because I remember the first time I went out to eat by myself. I felt so weird
I know.
because you're so socialized with table for two, and then
Yeah, it's
everyone is
like
table
you're
for two.
lonely. People
Yes,
people
but
will think I'm lonely.
even though
Yeah,
it's about what will people think, they will think I'm back here by my dad. I don't have anybody, and I'm a lonely person. That in
yeah,
itself is just like, who really? Just take
yeah,
yourself out for coffee or something.
exactly. Traveling, you can meet some incredible
Yeah,
people.
that's
I
true.
tell you, so true. We learn something new every day. We do.
Yes, we do.
Lanre, what does success looks like to you now?
What does success look like? Success to me looks like not never worrying about money, just living my life, getting on a plane and going anywhere. This is
Yeah,
you want me to talk about the biggest of my dreams?
yeah.
Be like, oh, I want to go to, I don't know, wherever. Just book a flight and be there in 8 hours. That to me, just not worrying about stuff and just living my life.
W-
That that is success to me. Success to me also is being able to not be afraid and and just living boldly and not be afraid and not caring what anyone else thinks and just be myself. That is success to me.
Thank you for giving my definition of success. We need to talk after the traveling part and
Yeah.
going anywhere whenever. We have to talk. We have to talk. So before we go, I want you to. Is there anything else upcoming, a show, anything that you want to share with our community
It's just
here?
yeah, the podcast is going to be 10 episodes. Episode 2 came out, so if people can support it and watch it and share it, if it connects with you, it's a love story. I am like a romantic at heart. I love love stories. So this podcast, I really love it. People share stories about how they met. There's a Palestinian man who is in love with a Jewish man. There's so many stories that are still to come. So
In that
follow my
movie
YouTube
of
channel
yours,
in the podcast.
in the
In the podcast, I
podcast,
will share.
you're talking a
Yes.
Palestinian who's in love with.
A Jewish man, yes.
You
So
guys are
that
looking for
episode,
trouble.
no, but people have to share their love stories, no?
I know. I know. No, no,
People,
no. I'm
and
just teasing you.
I do. But also, people sometimes also there's something about the propaganda of the media where people it's like we're pumped with all this. Oh, everybody is fighting. But within that, people are finding love. There's
Absolutely.
love
Oh, I
stories.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there are love stories, even
Yeah.
in the midst of the madness. So that's why I
Absolutely.
love this podcast I co-produce with my friend. It's out already, and we release every
Oh,
new episode every week called "How I Met My." If you follow my YouTube channel, you see what I'm doing, Lanre World. If I'm writing music, or if I've got a film out, or if yeah, I'm always sharing on my. That's my my platform where I share everything now.
okay. Um, okay. Oh, somebody, yes. Amy said to Mary, making a quit is on my bucket
Oh,
list.
I like that.
Yeah, no, bucket list can be simple things. It's just things you want to do and experience. I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
really, really love that. Um, yes, living without worrying, whatever that entails. I love that definition of success being yourself. Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Definitely giving the podcast a listen. Please do. Me too. I'm
Thank you.
excited. Yes.
Oh, you
Uh,
found my podcast on my Instagram. Thank you.
yes. Mary found that. And Mary say, "Oh, I love that. Thank you." Right, guys. Just one last thing for women, Lanre,
Mm-hmm.
watching right now who feels, and you guys on the replay, leave us a comment on the where do they leave
Replay
comments? Yes.
in the description and the replay.
Yes.
Just leave a
Okay.
comment
Leave
everywhere.
a comment. Who feel like the most creative and adventurous years are behind them, right? What is the truth you've learned that proved them wrong? Like, because so many people of our age 50, they're like, okay, my life is finished. Yeah, that
No,
please.
nope, 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 nope. That's a lie. I've got a book. I did a video about it. I've got a book here. I can't find it. It's all about women learning to surf at the age of 70. Women learning. It's like the most incredible stories of women just learning new things, doing new stuff. Your best year is ahead of you. I watched a documentary by DVF's life, and she said she doesn't like people saying, "How old are you?" The question she loves best is, "How long have you lived?" And that's a different perspective. It's not about how old are you, how long have you lived. It's about living. It's about living. That's the most
Mm,
important. How long have you lived? It's
mm.
about the live. The operative word is living. How long have you lived? What have you done? Your best years are still ahead of you, girl. Listen, listen, your love story is still ahead of you if that's what you want to, if that's what you want. Your romantic man, woman, wherever, it's still there. Go get
Love
it.
that. Love that. Tiffany says there's still
There's
love
still
to
love
be
to be
had.
had. Yes,
Amen.
yes.
Amen, sis. Absolutely.
Amen.
Now, Ray,
Amen.
my goodness, you have to come back. That was such an amazing conversation to kick to you. I knew it would be because guys, left Lanre's channel there. Go subscribe to her and check through videos and you won't be disappointed because what you've seen here, she's honest, she's true, she's raw, and that's exactly your channel. Okay. And I love that. You're very natural in your channel. You don't try to, I don't know. Anyway, I feel comfortable when I watch you. Okay, I feel like I have
Yeah.
a friend next to me, and yeah. So let me quickly go to our friend because they are excited. Was
Hey.
Lanre's movie in Africa in the Africa Diaspora Film Festival in New York City last year?
No, it wasn't, but it was in the BAFTA, not BAFTA, BFI Film Festival last year, and we were in a lot of festivals in Canada, in Ireland, and yeah, a few festivals. But it wasn't in the African diaspora. Maybe I should make a note of the African Diaspora Film Festival. Okay, let me make a note.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And Tiffany says 50 plus just getting started. Absolutely. Wow. Says Chef Z. And Mary say it has been brilliant. Thank you both. My friends, thanks ever so much for being here, for supporting us. I love
Thank
having
you.
amazing women. Lanre, it's been just a pleasure. Is there
Thank
anything else you want to add, girl? The floor is yours.
Oh, just live your life, please. Please live your life. And whatever you're doing, remember you're inspiring somebody next to you. You don't know who's watching. You're inspiring your daughter, your sister, your niece. Everyone is being inspired by your coworker. As you're being inspired by somebody, you're inspiring somebody else. So live your life. Live your life to the fullest. We're here to live and experience love and joy, and it's all yours for the taking.
Thank you so much. You've impacted me and inspired me, just me being sitting here.
You always
Love,
inspire.
love, love it, honestly. So we have to talk because I want to travel with you.
Oh, okay.
We go to an
Let's
African
go.
country together. Ladies, I love you all. What skincare practice?
Oh, I clean
What's
my
your
face.
skincare practice? Beautiful.
I clean my face, wash. Oh, I do have body butters that I make, don't I? But
Yeah.
yeah, I need to like put up stuff on the website again. But I do make my own skincare products.
Yeah.
But then I drink loads of water, try to eat good, try to move.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is the thing we have to do. The older you get, move. So I try to move and rest. I try to sleep.
Yeah.
Magnesium has helped with my sleep. Yeah. So
Yeah. Skin is so
thank
popping.
you.
Okay. Tiffany, go see her channel. She shares a lot about, a product as well. And just like you see the intention in how you live your life. That's what I love about your channel. Anyway, guys, I know we don't
Thank
want
you.
to go. We don't want to go, isn't it? But we have to go and live our
Thanks,
life, right?
guys.
Because we can't just live on the internet. So we have to go now and enjoy life. Thanks
And
ever so
enjoy
much.
life.
I love you all. Thank you, girl. And you're welcome anytime here. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, friend.
Bye,
Thanks ever so much.
guys.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Okay. I'm just